Glad I did not do that in the second take. Well, is it Brew Shed episode 3 or is it Homebrew Wednesday, whatever it is? Ooh, sore ass. No, that type of sore ass. Yes, Homebrew Wednesday coupled with an episode of Brew Shed build with a little bit of dingy light because it's night time. Just doing the final finishing off, installing the alarm system so that any would-be thieves will be terrified by the deafening sound of a little beep from a shed alarm. Anyway, something's better than nothing. So, we're in the brew shed. It's pretty much done. You'll have to wait for episode 3 just for everything else to be pieced together for the final build and the final reveal, because all the business end is behind you. Yeah, don't look round, you can't see nothing. You're watching on a computer. No. Yes, so we've got the shed done. Beam is the bit difficult for me to see the screen, but what you're looking at, oh, not a lot over there, just some green sheeting and we spar jam. So yes, we're still tinkering in the shed. An Englishman's pastime is to tinker in his shed, but we're pretty much done, thankfully. Just took all of the bank holiday break plus today, which is Tuesday. We just got some slabs laid outside today, and there's now raining again, so I just missed that one. So we're pretty much there. Well, I've had enough. My back is freaking killing me now with the hand digging. Yeah, something I don't like, as you well know, but there is not a lot of alternative. So we've just laid a load of slabs down that I happen to have kicking around and utilise them, get the gas bottles down here. So we're pretty much ready. I'm not going to put water in here now, I was, but I was just going to rig up a tube, piece of copper piping with a tap on it, and then just have a hose lock quick disconnect on the outside, but it's going to dribble on the floor and spend more time cleaning up and mucking about, so I'll just have a hose on the, run a hose down the garden when I need to use it, and just prepare my water the night before by boiling it up in the bear can and giving it a couple of Camden tablets or something just to kill the chlorine. But yeah, I've got a couple of little extra pieces just to go in, it's just some extra ferment as it is getting full now, but we'll do the tour next week, so I'll need something to put in next week. So that's it. Let's go in the house and have a beer. I think it's an Ant Rogerson beer time. Well, I had an email about this one saying whatever you do, don't do it on camera because it's a bit lively, so just in case we are doing it on camera. I did have a bigger mug, but it's been absconded by the person that owns it, namely number 1 son, but I call him number 2 because he's a shit, a little shit. And he also prohibited me from filming the rest of Homebrew Wednesday in the shed because he lives in the other shed beside it when he's here. And he had that horrible dance music on, you know, the one where you hear him go up and down the street in the car, but all you hear is a boom, boom, and the wind is rattle. So not very good for video camera work. So we're back in the studio. Let's crack into this before we need to clear up. We've got one of the dogs ready for clear up. Yeah, she's lively. But you can't say it's a steak that hasn't got a good head. Good job I didn't use a new cleated glass. Fortunately, it is kicking back. There's a bear in the bottom. That's one of the most liveliest ones I've had. Well, we did save most of it. And believe me, there's a little bit yeasty in there. No, never hurt no one. Whee! Well, what is a 99 and a flake? Well, the froth's quite sweet. I think this could last 2 Homebrew Wednesdays. Probably not helping by pouring it like this, but I don't care. My back's aching too much. I'm at that age now, wherever you move you have to go anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Well, yeah, so Homebrew Wednesday's not really going to consist of much because you've already seen the shed. Well, you haven't, you've seen a bit of it. But thanks to all those of you that have followed episode 1 and 2, thanks to all the new subscribers that I seem to have picked up. You must have been pretty bored this week and you've been watching you found my videos on YouTube and subscribed. But cheers for that anyway. Sorry to disappoint you. Yes, so the shed build is progressed. It's no longer a shed build, it's a shed refit. And we're pretty much there. The only thing that isn't going in it is grains, because obviously risk of rodents potentially, or the damp. Obviously it's not the best environment to store grains in, so I'm not going to store the grains out there. Not only that, I haven't got enough room for 130 kilos of grain out there. There is no more room left in the shed. I've got most of the hardware in there, bottles, bottle cappers and corkers, the empty fermenting vessels. The demijohns are destined to go out there, and possibly the Cooper's Pet bottles that have been living over there for quite a while. I was hoping to get enough room to put all the beer crates in there, but there ain't enough room. I'd need another shed to fill with just empty beer bottles and other stuff. I'm going to put some of them on one of the free cycle websites, I think, and get rid of some of me beer bottles, because I've got a surplus now. It's getting there, it's dying down. Anyway, the good bit of trade off is that now I've just cleaned the glass. Now I've freed up the old brew shed, which just became the brew shed out of necessity really, because I didn't have anywhere else to do all grain, and it wasn't very big. It was very awkward to film in there. There wasn't enough room to get a camera tripod up. The new brew shed is just about enough room to get a camera tripod up. So when I get a chance to brew, I will be out of video at this time. I can put it in 3 different places to get the angles of the dangle, as they say, because you'll see the dangly air vent for extracting the steam. Hopefully that'll work. We haven't tested anything yet. We haven't done a wet test yet. But yeah, going back to the shed that is now free for a little while. It has got to have some white goods going in it, fridge freezers and freezers and things. But I have our old upright freezer that's going in there for the hop storage, because we did buy a new fridge freezer, a 50-50 split one, but out of that 50% of the freezer bit, I've got the 50% of that, or the 25% of the entire capacity is my hops. So I'm going to requisition the old upright as the hop fridge, which means I'll probably buy some more to fill the rest of it up, because you mean a full freezer is more economic, isn't it, than one that's partially empty, because you just chill in that empty space for no good reason. We can finally get to the beer. I might not have long because the old red light's on the battery. But yeah, we have kicked up a wee bit of sediment, not a lot, just down on the edge. There wasn't too much in there. An Imperial Stout. I believe it was from the good book. I did look at brewing it myself. And actually I don't mind it, it's not too bitter. It's surprisingly sweet for the strength. It's not all been fermented out to alcohol. I mean, you can taste. The other thing about stouts is you can put everything in because it doesn't matter. Could have done about another 3 of these, didn't I? But I've already drunk some punchy ones the other night. But yeah. Yes, I like this. 4.22, and I know someone else got a few of the others. I think I'll definitely be brewing a batch of this. Maybe not as much carbonating sugars. But yeah, I quite like it. It's well, not quite milk stouty, but it's got that sweetness. Not quite as much as a milk stout. But yeah, if I was to have a glass of this and a glass of, say, a Guinness, a standard Guinness, I would choose this. I think I've said it before, I do like the foreign extra, but regular Guinness I'm not a great fan of. I think more than access is just to the marketing. Everyone thinks to define a stout you've got to compare it to a Guinness. But no, I like this. Kept the outlet. It had enough of it, didn't it? It was a good job. I should have had the other bigger glass. We might have been able to captured it then, because that stands about that high. That's a 2. I think that's a 2 litre glass. It looks like a friggin' flower vase. At least this is made for the job. But yeah, I'm afraid that is really, I'm just pointlessly waffling. Nothing new there. And cleaning up my sticky table. Yeah, so that's it really. Next week should be, I don't know. I don't care. My shed's done. That means when I want to brew, I can film it if I want to do an extract in there. Or a kilo. I haven't got to worry about the kitchen being clean, or the dogs barking because the postman's delivering the mail, or someone's walking their dog. I can just film it down there and you'll hear the dogs barking in the background. But I am planning on possibly a hot plate in there. I've got one of those little twin oven with the hot plates on the top, so I can do stovetop stuff if that's man enough to heat a pot. I've never tried it, so I know it works, but so we could do some other ones out there, and obviously I've got power out there, so I can put a kettle out there and use that. We've got the nice wipe clean laminate flooring for when we make a spillage. Or you just chuck it straight out on the path. But yeah, there's a few more bits. I was hoping to have basically cracked it yesterday, but we had visitations and whatnot being Easter. So I managed to sort of fiddle around the rain today and get bits and pieces done. So yeah, hopefully this weekend coming we'll see the closure of the brew shed finale, and then I'll upload that next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, because obviously I have internet woes with the speed. The first episode of the brew shed, which admittedly I did render it in HD, that took 22 hours to upload for 19 minutes. Super fast broadband, high arse. Anyway, I will let you know more when I know more. And hopefully after that I can start nailing down some recipes and get some brewing done out there, because obviously we've got to be thinking about the Mr. SJ Pour Challenge. I am in it, so I better brew something. I know we've got a wee while for the UK side of it, but I do probably want to do a beer that will benefit from a bit of aging, or possibly two, if I can clear the schedules and do a few of the jobs out in the garden for fencing to keep the dogs out of the way from leaving me little presents on the new patio around my shed. But yeah, there's a couple of biggish beers that I want to do, big in ABV anyway. I do like the stronger beers. No, well, I'm going to do sessionable ales as well, but I do like ones that'll, you know, you've drunk. But you'll find that out when you have the smash beer. Right, I'm going because I'm just bullshitting.